Flora Pro Active. No other food lowers cholesterol more.
As most of us know, what we eat can help or hinder our hearts. And today we're focusing on lunches. And Kelly's going to prepare a heart-healthy lunch idea for us. Kelly, what do you have in mind?
I'm making a Cajun chicken and quinoa salad, and I'm using extra vegetables in the salad, and I'm making a beautiful dressing out of flax oil and olive oil.
Which ingredients in the dish support cardiovascular health?
I'm using chicken, which is a very lean protein, and taking away saturated fat is all very well and good, but you still need to add good fats. So I'm doing that by making a dressing that's got flaxseed oil and also olive oil. So the flax oil is a polyunsaturated fat and the olive oil is a monounsaturated fat, and those are both great for your heart. I've also chosen to use quinoa, which is a whole grain. It's not the only whole grain in the world, but it is a nice one to try. It's a new one that comes from Bolivia, and many people don't know how to cook it yet. I'm also using lots of extra vegetables, so I've steamed some greens and cooled those down, and that's a big focus of this, that you need lots of anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties from vegetables for your heart health.
Some people overindulge at lunchtime and others skip it completely. What effect does this have on your heart health?
The overindulgence is quite obvious. If you're overeating, you will gain weight, and weight gain is very bad for your heart health in general. If you're skipping lunch in an attempt to lose weight or because you're too busy, it might set you up to overeat later. So when you are starving yourself, you're more likely to make poor choices about what you're going to eat. So it makes the chocolate bars and the chips and all of the unhealthy snacks a little bit more tempting. I'm starting with the chicken. I've got some cumin, coriander, paprika and oregano here, and I'm going to mix them all up into a paste with olive oil and salt. And then you rub it all over your chicken breasts. And then what you do with the chicken, you put it into the oven. It's 180 degrees for 20 minutes. While the chicken's cooking, I'm going to prepare the quinoa because it actually cooks faster than the chicken. Quinoa is an interesting grain. It's got a bitter coating on it, so you need to rinse it before you start cooking it. And the best way to do that is with a sieve under running water. Once you've got that, then you can put it into a pot with some salt and water, about 1.5 times water to quinoa. I've prepared the quinoa already, and I'm adding some chopped parsley and spring onions and also some toasted sunflower seeds, and I'm going to toss them all through there, and it's going to make everything a little bit more flavorful. That's one of the problems with whole grains, that they don't have a lot of flavor. With the chicken and the quinoa, I'm serving a salad, so I'm making a dressing for that first. The dressing's got olive oil and flax oil mixed together. The flax oil has quite a strong taste, so the olive oil helps to neutralize that. And I'm using mustard seeds to add a bit of flavor, and you have to crush those first. So crush them with some salt and pepper together. Once I've bashed the mustard and the salt and pepper together, I'm transferring it to a Tupperware. So the Tupperware is the best way to mix the dressing because you can help to emulsify everything really quickly without having to stir it. You just shake it up. So I'm putting my 2 oils in, and then a teaspoon of honey, and a clove of crushed garlic, and also some lemon juice.
Do we have to avoid fats completely to be heart healthy?
Not at all. Fat is actually very healthy for you. We tend to go a little bit overboard when we hear health advice and think that we need to cut things out completely when really we're being told to reduce something. Reducing something means just controlling your overall intake of fat. And then also making sure that you're getting lots of antioxidant properties from the good oils that you're eating. So olive oil, for example, has wonderful monounsaturated fats, but it's also full of antioxidants. And flax oil has omega-3s in it, so you wouldn't want to miss out on those fats because they're anti-inflammatory.
Kelly, do you have some more tips for us to ensure that our lunches are nutritious as well as interesting?
People think that nutrition has to be very complicated. And if you can remember 4 things when you're planning a meal for yourself, you'll have a much easier time. The first one is good carbohydrate. So quinoa is the option we have here. It could be any source of good carbohydrate. Then some protein, that's the second thing. Lean protein, ideally. Good fats is the third one. And the last one is lots of vegetables. So every time you eat a meal or a snack, if you can add some vegetables, you're on the right track.
So ditch the midday slump with a healthy lunch like this. And like Kelly said, a good combination of veg, protein, healthy fats and carbs will keep you going the whole afternoon and make your heart happy.
Flora Pro Active. No other food lowers cholesterol more.